Hey, Bill Broad, we're at the Northeast Dairy Convention in beautiful Mount Airy, Pennsylvania. Just heard a really interesting presentation from Kim Bukowski from Cornell about some workforce development. So, Kim, talk about this is really cutting edge stuff. It's a
Right.
little different than workforce development that I've heard of before. What was the premise that you started this on?
Yeah, the whole idea of the Dairy Extension Group at Cornell is to support the dairy industry and whatever their needs are. And it was very clear to us that they were all hurting for employees. And so the idea was to start a boot camp for high school students to teach them about the dairy industry and the potential for jobs.
Awesome. So you've done a couple of these now.
Yes, so we did our first one a year ago in June, and then we've done a second one in March, and we're planning one next week in Erie County. So the first two were done in Batavia because we were supported by the Genesee Economic Development Group. It was kind of their idea to try and recruit graduating high school seniors into the dairy industry, and these are seniors that aren't going to college, that are what we call job ready.
So give us some of the highlights of what you discovered, and there's a couple of aha moments.
Yeah,
There.
yeah. It was really interesting working with the high school students. You have to understand these are also students that went through COVID. So two of their 4 years in high school, they were stuck at home. So a lot of them don't have driver's licenses. And their social skills are a little bit behind what a normal high school student would get to experience in full 4 years. And also the fact that some of these students that go to BOCES really have skills. They have great skills. They've taken culinary, they've taken welding, they've taken mechatronics. So they have all the skills that we could use in the dairy industry. So when we met these students, we were kind of thinking, these are our people. We've got to recruit them.
Mhm. Now, some of them had some really interesting feedback for you about what their fears were in coming to work.
Right.
What were some of
Yeah,
those fears?
it was really interesting because they kept saying, well, we don't want to try to apply at a plant because we don't know what to do. We don't know what's going to be expected of us. And so we actually had to think about the fact that we had to create something to explain to them what work is and what that involves. You know, things as basic as, you know, going to the plant and they're going to give you a uniform to wear and they're going to have you punch into a time clock and they're going to give you breaks and lunches and there's going to be someone who's going to train you, because their fear was I couldn't apply at those places because I don't know what to do.
Now, you also had mentioned that there were a couple of interesting findings that helped ease somebody into that process rather than jump right into applying for a job, doing internships. What happened?
Yeah, so what we found out is that some of the success stories were related to plants that were actually doing internships with the students where they would spend a couple hours a week at a facility and learn more about the facility and feel more comfortable there so that when they actually graduated, they were ready to start a job.
Perfect. Kim, if some of the association members that we're going to get this out to have more information, how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, definitely. Just get a hold of me at Cornell. I think my email address is in the
Yep.
paperwork.
And we'll put Kim's contact information in this video at the end.
Okay,
This is really interesting.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear some more.
thanks.